Carter's 8 and has severe ADHD. His parents are exhausted by his behavior. I get a little emotional reading these because these are all my patients, and I see their faces. In fact, they report he lies about everything, has stolen from other students at school, you talk about an ADHD kid lying and stealing, and inside I'm kind of giggling because I'm like, yeah, they do that. But then they said this: he recently scratched all the kitchen cabinets with a knife, and then even I went, I can't even imagine. So let me ask this question: why does Carter lie and steal? It was a trick question. You got it. Don't know. Doesn't matter. What strategies do you imagine his parents and teachers have already tried to improve his behavior? Just kind of for fun. He's been grounded a lot. They came in and they said, Dr. Swenson, nothing motivates this kid. We have literally taken everything away. And I go, well, we should try something else. So they had tried everything. What does Carter need? The same thing we all need. Now, I'm not saying that that's why he's scratching the kitchen cabinets. I'm just saying if we can be thoughtful, not a professional, if we can be thoughtful about saying, let's take a look at this kid's biology. Maybe he does need a little medication adjustment. That's, in my mind, right down there at physical needs. Like, we're thinking about that. But at the same time, we're thinking about how do we make it more safe to continue to mess up, because he's impulsive and he will continue to mess up. And at some point, if he gets lots and lots of negative feedback over several years, he's just going to dig his heels in. So how do we continue to make it okay to make mistakes, okay to talk, okay to be him, okay to explore, and especially the okay to be you? Okay, so none of what makes up you is very adaptive for elementary school right now, but can I focus on the things that I love about you and try to focus on those strengths so that he feels safe to be him? How do we continue to connect so that every time we ask Carter to stop, we don't feel like we're drawing out of an empty bank account? That our efforts to connect with him have been deposits. And that when I say stop, then he doesn't look at me and feel empty inside. But he still looks at me as a loving dad who's putting as much in as I'm taking out. And then confidence. How do we continue to work with Carter on the skills that he needs to behave better? Self-regulation skills, self-management, organization, managing his impulses. We need to do all of that, but if we jump right to that and say we need to improve his behavior without thinking of everything else, the fact that, when do most kids do their worst? When they're tired, right? When my 5-year-old is driving me crazy, which happens a lot, I've just learned to say, wow, when did he sleep or eat last? I think that's really helpful. My wife likes to tease that the worst marriage advice that she got was to never go to bed angry. Because she said, after a few years, I realized when I'm angry, the most important need I have is to go to bed. And so you sort of have to think that direction. That happens a lot for her.